Hey everybody, I had a thought today. How about those win today stories? Anybody winning right now? It's crazy, it's hard, difficult. At the end of a long period of time when you've had to remain focused, sometimes it's more difficult to come up with that win. But I bet there are still wins out there. And I would love to hear it today, tomorrow, as we wrap up our 4 weeks. I would love to hear any of those wins, kind of highlight them, maybe even kind of circle them. Week 4 wins, maybe have a little more wrapped up in them. But very proud of you. So send them to me if you have them. Love to hear them. All right, Spanish concluded today. I did get in on the beginning of your live video. That was fun to see everybody. I also know you had your conversations at the end of the class for about the last hour. I'm sure there were a little nerves, maybe some embarrassment. I know I would be, so that's why I'm saying it. I hope I'm not projecting that on you. But I would have been a little nervous, and I'm sure some of you were as well. Aaliyah. Why did that name come out? I don't know. Maybe I heard you say that or something. Okay. Also, if you do have some unfinished Spanish work that needs done, I would communicate with Mr. Jordan, set up a timetable, try and get that in. Yes, it's for, I don't know, a grade we might say, but it's more just that feeling of completeness. I wrapped it up the way I was meant to. I think also it always shows honor to a teacher to wrap up what they asked you to do. So I would encourage you, if you have undone work to do in Spanish, reach out to Mr. Jordan. Set up a plan, get it done, feel that accomplishment, and in a way, show your appreciation to him. Speaking of which, I'm asking you to take your time, give a note to Mr. Jordan. Let him know how much you appreciate him. He put his whole heart into everything he did for you. It was so detailed, so refined, so complete. He put his whole heart into it. What's very unique about him is you didn't get to see him at his best. He is a phenomenal language teacher in a live room. The way he engages and draws you into the process is special. And we didn't get that from him today or for this year, but we got him great in this fashion. And so I just want you to take a moment and tell him thank you. All right, math today. I got a report from Mr. Edwards that 16 of the 32 students responded yesterday that they had watched the videos. We're up 5. I'm proud of you, but we're still down 16. So I'd love for you to complete that, get that done. I watched all the videos today. You have the opportunity. I know he gave you a code clue at the end that he wanted you. Let's go 32 for 32. Why not? I'm encouraging you to do that. He also got a chance to compliment you on quality work that's been turned in. Well done. I'm proud of you. Good job. And then we all look forward to our live Zooms with Mr. Edwards on Friday. I'll be there at the beginning, and I know there will be a lot of whiteboard interaction. He's looking forward, I'm sure, to be live with you, and I hope that's a great experience as well. 2 things as we wrap up. The seminar classes yesterday, there was a good feel in those. I felt like you were very engaged. I asked Harley about that, and she confirmed that. Great job. I think over time in that type of a setting, you kind of loosen up. You find your safety in that community of friends, and it looked like it yesterday. You were all very engaged. Harley needs a thank you as well, by the way. She's put her whole heart into those seminar classes, and those conclude this week as well. Work study, you're kind of going to take a break, and then you're coming back again in the next 2 weeks. But I would still tell Mariah, thank you. Send her an email, text, something. All right, I'm wrapping up. Win today, okay?
Hi, and happy Thursday. Can you all believe that we've made it to this Thursday? To be quite honest, when I and Mr. Scott and Miss Linnell, I said that grammatically really wrong, by the way, I recognize that. But when we, as a collective Upward Bound staff, were beginning to talk about Summer Academy Part 1, which originally was supposed to be the only virtual part of Summer Academy, I remember thinking about this very day. Not tomorrow, the last day, but thinking about the day before the last day and how I would feel. Well, how I feel today is tired, as I'm sure you all do too, but even more so. You know what is going above and beyond my tiredness? Pride. I am so crazily proud of you all. You have run the race, and we are about to round out that 4th lap, and it is really incredible. And at the end of every day, you know, I said my habit tracker has been a bit sketch, but something that I have not let go of, and I have done every single day for all of 2020, actually, I have not missed a single day, is my gratitude journal at the end of every single day. It's the last thing I do, is write down the 3 things that I am the most grateful for that day. And last night, I was so grateful for how well I've gotten to know some of you, despite these wild and crazy circumstances. So shout out to those of you who have had the ability and the desire to do the evening Zooms. I've absolutely loved getting to know you, and they've been the highlight of my day so much, and it's been extraordinary. And it's also been so extraordinary knowing that we at Upward Bound serve a bunch of teenagers who, despite all of these global and American atrocities happening all the time, it seems, and despite every hurdle, you are still advocating for yourself and advancing your future. I love that, and I could not be more proud. So thank you, because I wasn't sure how I would feel today, if I would have thought that a whole month was wasted, or if I would be really grateful, but I find myself really grateful. So thank you. I still want us all to be face to face next summer, no question, but I don't feel like this summer was a total loss, and that's awesome. So thank you all for just being the best ever. You also have wrapped up your seminar class, and I really love how much you all have embraced that class. I know it's not, your typical math, science, English lit. It's a very unique class. It's about yourself in so many respects. But you all have leaned into that vulnerability and that discomfort, and I hope that it has been really rewarding to you. I know some of the classes have even requested to continue that class with Harley, which I love, and by all means, continue. And continue to talk to Harley, and continue to seek out becoming the very best version of yourself. Hopefully there were seeds that were planted in that class, but seeds need nourishment. So I hope you continue to nourish those and discover more about yourself and learn about you and the world around you and your place in it. With things wrapping up, this is your last chance to turn in all of your work for part 1 of Summer Academy, including work study. I know some of you are still missing a lot of assignments for work study. You're also missing a lot of assignments for some of your other classes. And so if you're missing assignments in Harley's class or Mr. Edwards, or you didn't turn in assignments for the others, those for your Miss Hawkins and Mr. Schramm classes, those are too late. But if you're missing any assignments, that's going to affect your stipend, even if you were in the Zoom every day. And for work study, that's hundreds of dollars. And so please, don't break my heart when we come to tallying up how much you start earning next week. Just get everything in. Tonight, it's Thursday night. Thursday night's one of my very favorite nights of the week because we get to play bingo. So I'm about to go back to work, to the actual office. I kind of enjoyed recording the daily meeting from home, so I'm recording it today during lunch. Then I'll come back here and we will play bingo. So it's your last evening to win prizes, at least during part 1. We're going to be doing bingo during part 2. In fact, you'll see the schedule for part 2. Not all the evening plans, but Make Do Mondays will still exist. Thursday bingos will still exist, and I'm still filling in those 2 Tuesday and Wednesday evenings. Some of you who have even emailed me suggestions, shout out to Aaliyah. But there's a schedule coming at you in the mail. So pay attention to that, check your mail, and make sure you're communicating to your parents what's going on in part 2. The last thing I have written down on my little notes for these daily meetings is just love you all. I really do love you, and I am so privileged and blessed to have this job. How many people really get to say they love what they do each and every day, even when they're tired? Not many, but I do, and that's so cool. So thank you for letting me love you and letting me into your lives and letting me into your screens and into your homes, and thank you for loving me back. It's the best. Tomorrow's the last day. Finish strong.